Meghan Markle celebrated her birthday a few days ago, but something isn't adding up. Tom Bower and Samantha Markle have raised questions about Meghan's real age and made claims that the 45th birthday she just celebrated may not tell the whole story. There are things they believe Meghan may be hiding and doesn't want the public to know. But now, Tom Bower and Samantha Markle are bringing their claims about her age back into the spotlight. Just watch until the end, because some of the details surrounding Meghan's age may leave you questioning the timeline yourself.
No, I choose people who don't want to be written about on the whole, whose lives are shrouded in mystery, and they want to hide their secrets, and I just love digging away to find out what they don't want us to know.
In honor of her birthday, there is a theory that's been out there for a while. It's been floating around. Royal fans are convinced Meghan Markle is lying about her age.
Meghan Markle just turned 45, but there have been questions surrounding her age for years. Now, Tom Bower and Samantha Markle, who is Meghan's half-sister, are being brought into the discussion once again. Tom Bower is a royal biographer who has spent years researching the royal family and has written books about Harry and Meghan. One of his books, Revenge, became a bestseller, and part of the book examined how Meghan Markle rose from being an actress to becoming a member of the royal family.
This week, I'm joined by Tom Bower, author of Revenge, Meghan, Harry, and the War Between the Windsors, the defining book on Meghan Markle's very brief history as a working royal. Revenge is a forensic assessment of Meghan's character and her ruthless ambition, cementing Bower's reputation as one of today's leading investigative biographers.
Some of the claims in the book were presented in a highly critical way, and one of the areas that has continued to raise questions is Meghan's age. There have been claims of inconsistencies in records and timelines, while Meghan herself has continued to maintain that she was born in 1981. When it comes to Meghan Markle's birth date and age, some old documents and online records have been cited as containing conflicting information. This has caused some people to question whether she is actually the age she claims to be, or whether some information from her earlier years was different.
You would think that she would remember how old exactly she was. And we're going to see throughout this video that there are quite a few landmark moments that Meghan Markle clearly gets wrong. So I have to ask, is this woman crazy? Is she that much of a liar? Or is there something deeper?
One example frequently brought into the discussion involves a 1997 issue of 17 magazine, where Meghan was allegedly listed as being 21 years old. If we do the math, it means that Meghan was born in 1976, according to this magazine. However, Meghan claims that she was born in 1981, so there is a 5-year gap. This creates an obvious question. Who is correct, Meghan's official birth year or the magazine's information?
This is a copy of 17 magazine, and it was published in March of 1997. In it, it mentions our Megzy is from Los Angeles and that she was 21 years old at the time of publication. That would make her birth year at around 1976. However, why is it saying here she was born 5 years later in 1981? Is she 42 years old, or is she closer to 47 years old?
Then the magazine discrepancy was followed by another claim involving her IMDb profile. During Meghan's acting career, there was reportedly a time when her IMDb information showed a different birth year from the one associated with her official biography. That became another source of discussion because any difference in a public profile can create questions about a person's timeline. This was where Tom Bower's argument about Hollywood and age became important. He has argued that Hollywood can be heavily influenced by age because actors often compete for roles that require them to fit a particular age range.
These are two real imposters, and what is really annoying is that we shouldn't have to in any way admire what they're doing in Dusseldorf, because they have wrecked with all their lies. The lies on Oprah Winfrey, the lies in Spare, the lies that Harry said in his interviews about his father and his brother.
If an actor is perceived as being younger, that can affect the types of characters they are considered for. Age can influence casting decisions, particularly when producers are looking for someone to play a specific character. So, if Meghan's birth year appeared differently at different stages of her acting career, it means that her career timeline deserves closer examination. The question is whether any discrepancy was simply an administrative error or whether there was something more deliberate behind it.
Of course, for a woman over 40 in Hollywood, there's not much of a future usually on the screen.
Gosh.
Then another striking point raised by Tom Bauer concerns Meghan's schooling. Meghan attended Northwestern University and graduated in 2003. Based on her publicly stated birth year, she would have been around 22 years old at the time. However, Bauer has raised questions about certain details surrounding her university years and how they fit into the wider timeline he has examined. Look closely at some of the university photographs that have been discussed. Bauer examined photographs from Meghan's university years and considered the ages of the people around her as part of his argument. Some people have pointed out that several of her classmates appear older than her.
So what is going on here? Why the secrecy around this woman's birth certificate? Why the secrecy? Why the mistakes in age that are so blatant for others? And you know what? This is like her education in university, that she claims that she double major in international relations and theater, when Northwestern has never given a major in international relations.
Then Samantha Markle stepped into the picture. Samantha is Meghan's half-sister, and because of their family relationship, she has become an important figure whenever discussions about Meghan's childhood, family history, and age arise. When Samantha calculated the age gap between herself and Meghan, she reportedly became concerned about whether some of the family timeline matched what she remembered.
It wasn't just about one lie. You know, somebody say people embellish their resumes, people throw out little lies here and there, and they get questioned, they get challenged. But when it is on continuum, and it doesn't need to be, you have to wonder what the motive is.
Samantha was born in 1964, while Meghan's official birth year is 1981. That creates a 17-year age difference between the sisters. Samantha has previously discussed her memories of their childhood and family life, and some of those memories have been presented as conflicting with stories Meghan has told publicly. Because of this, Samantha has questioned whether everything Meghan has said about her early life and timeline is completely accurate.
To watch, because like everything, it's lie upon lie upon lie.
Then, Thomas Markle, Meghan's father, was brought into the discussion. Questions were directed toward him about Meghan's birth year, but instead of giving a direct answer, he reportedly told Tom Bauer to check the records. To some people, that response appeared suspicious because they expected Meghan's father to know the exact details of his daughter's birth. However, without additional evidence, that response alone does not prove that Meghan's age has been changed or hidden. It simply adds another question to the larger discussion surrounding her timeline. Meghan has also faced scrutiny over certain stories she has shared about her childhood and teenage years. For example, she once said she worked at Humphrey Yogurt, a frozen yogurt shop, when she was very young. Later discussions about the company raised questions about whether it hired workers at the age Meghan described. That created confusion because the timeline did not appear to perfectly match the employment practices that have been attributed to the company.
Because just to give you another example, she claims that she was 13 years of age when she started to work for Humphrey Yogurt, in spite of the fact that Humphrey Yogurt has said that they have never employed anybody at age 13.
There is another example that has also been mentioned in discussions about Meghan's childhood memories. Meghan once recalled meeting actress Yasmin Bleeth and congratulating her on her deodorant commercials. However, questions have been raised about whether the timing of those advertisements matched the period Meghan described. Again, this does not automatically prove that Meghan was lying, but it has contributed to the broader debate about the accuracy of some of the stories she has told about her early years.
Number two, she claims that when she started working at Humphrey Yogurt, she ran into Yasmin Bleeth, and that she congratulated Yasmin Bleeth for her deodorant commercial. Yasmin Bleeth didn't do that deodorant commercial until 1997. So Meghan Markle is off by a few years there. 1997, she would have been 16 or 17 years old.
If the more extreme claims were true, then Meghan's age when she first entered Hollywood could have been different from what was told to the public. Some have even speculated that she may have been closer to 30 rather than in her early 20s during certain stages of her acting career. Following that line of speculation, when she married Prince Harry in 2018, she would have been older than the 36 years of age that was widely reported at the time.
So, is Megzy lying about her age? Well, when you Google her, it says right here that she's born on 4th of August 1981. And as of the release of this video, with today being her birthday, she's 42 years old now. But is this true? There's a rumour that she's actually older than what she actually claims to be.
If such a scenario were ever proven to be true, it would significantly change the timeline that was presented to the public about Meghan's transition from actress to royal. It would also raise questions about how her age was presented during her Hollywood career and how the media portrayed her as a modern young bride entering the British monarchy. So, what do you think? Is Meghan Markle hiding her real age? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.